I have a lot of thanks to give, so I want to start off with thanking the City Council and particularly Councilmember Alexis Mercedes Rinck, who you will hear from in a minute. I'm just the opening act, by the way. So I'm announcing a new proposal to support small businesses and raise progressive revenue to respond to Trump's threats and the ideological bullying that we see. And again, as I introduce you, Councilmember Rinck, I want to say again, you've been a thoughtful partner in this effort, a real leader in standing up for Seattle's values in your first year as a council member. You outshined me when I was in my first year. So congratulations and thanks for putting together such a coalition, and we're very proud to stand with you.
You know that song, don't you?
Sure I do.
Well, then sing it. Come on, girlie, sing it.
On the good ship, lollipop, it's a sweet trip to a candy shop.
And I'm proud to stand alongside Mayor Harrell to announce the Seattle Shield Initiative, legislation that will give Seattle voters the power to define what kind of city we want to be. And today we are facing a defining moment for Seattle. While federal cuts threaten the services our working families and most vulnerable neighbors depend on, we have a choice. We can either stand by and watch essential programs disappear, or we can give Seattle voters the power to protect what matters most. The Seattle Shield Initiative exists because we have found common ground. Everyone here today can agree that Seattle's success should lift everyone up, not just those at the top. When I was waiting tables in Queen Anne, barely scraping by, unfortunately, the small business owners I was working for, they were struggling too. They weren't getting rich, they were just trying to survive and keep the doors open, just like their employees. So when elected officials talk about supporting small business, this is what real support looks like. Seattle Shield will cut taxes for 76% of businesses currently paying B&O tax. These are the coffee shops where they get your oat milk latte just right.
I'd like the chef salad, please, with the oil and vinegar on the side and the apple pie a la mode.
Chef and apple a la mode.
These are the family-owned restaurants that know you want 3 stars on your pad thai.
But I'd like the pie heated, and I don't want the ice cream on top. I want it on the side, and I'd like strawberry instead of vanilla if you have it. If not, then no ice cream, just whipped cream, but only if it's real. If it's out of a can, then nothing.
These are the libraries that have the cute little staff recommendations on what you should read next. These are the bike shops that know exactly what's always seems to be wrong with your bike brakes. Here's what I want people to understand. The programs we're protecting with this initiative, they work and they change lives, and we need them now. The $90 million generated annually will protect services that keep families fed, housed, and safe. As the Trump regime cuts federal funding for food banks, emergency shelter, and housing programs, local investment becomes the difference between maintaining these lifelines and watching them disappear. And we're not asking everyday taxpayers to unfairly shoulder this burden. We're asking the largest corporations to pay their fair share while actually reducing taxes for small and medium businesses. And we're asking them to contribute to the community that made their success possible. For the infrastructure they use, to the workforce whose labor they rely on, and the working class consumer base who buy their products. This isn't punishment for individual success, it's shared community responsibility that comes with shared success. And here's what makes this moment special. We're not imposing this on Seattle, we're trusting Seattle. We're asking our neighbors, you decide. You decide whether Seattle steps up when others step back.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
You choose whether we protect each other or abandon each other. And you choose what kind of city we want to be. And I've seen Seattle voters do this time and time again when we have the clear choice between our values and our fears. And time again, this city chooses hope. Time and time again, this city chooses each other. So I'm asking my colleagues on Seattle City Council, put this to the ballot. Trust our neighbors will make the right choice. The stakes are too high, the choice is too important to let this moment pass without action. And I'm asking Seattle voters to remember who we are. We're the city that led the nation to a $15 minimum wage. Ooh, that's right. We're the city that passed paid sick leave, that invests in affordable housing, that said every worker deserves dignity. We're a city that doesn't abandon people when times get tough. That's the Seattle I'm fighting for, and that's the Seattle I know we can build together. So let's shield affordable housing. So let's shield workers' rights. So let's shield services serving survivors of gender-based violence. Let's shield our let's shield our food access. So let's shield Seattle together. Thank you.
I slipped.
You're welcome, yes. Thanks very much.
Superstar.
And we're at a point now where we are aggressively fighting for the values that we all believe in every single day. So this proposal makes it a priority to protect investments in critical human services like housing, vouchers, and shelter, and food and nutrition access services for survivors of gender-based violence, and more. We can't let these critical, crucial services lapse because Trump withholds federal funds or because his tariffs and economic chaos drive revenues down.